Tip number 1.
Okay, we have a big family and we buy beef in bulk sometimes, and when we do, Regia and I will take a pound at a time, roll them with a rolling pin in a Ziploc, and this is how we stack them in the freezer. And when it's time to thaw a pound, a meat or two or 3 or 4 out for whatever I'm making for dinner, it thaws out. We just lay them around on the counter and they thaw out really quickly, and it makes things very convenient, especially when I'm rushing home from work.
Tip number 2. Try to avoid buying those prepackaged mix that says chili mix or taco mix. I used them for years, but really they don't taste good. They have way too much salt. They have sugar. Who needs sugar in tacos and chili? So just do your own. I just get my measuring spoons out. I measure out a bunch. I measure extra so I can put some away. I hold on to old containers of spices. I just relabel it taco seasoning or whatever I'm making, and it makes it convenient, and then you know what's in your food. If you're gonna eat sugar, make it in ice cream and good things. We don't need it in our ketchup and in our spices, and just unnecessary to have a bunch of sugar and taco seasoning, in my opinion.
With my seasoning mix, I use 2 tablespoons per pound of meat. It sounds like a lot, but it's just spices. It's not like it's sugar and a bunch of salt. So it's good stuff and it's good for you. Load it in, give your food a lot of flavor. Here's my seasoning mixture, and I add about 2 tablespoons, level, not heaping, but I add about 2 tablespoons per pound of meat. I've already put some in here, so I think I'm done. And I've already drained the meat before I put the seasoning in, so I wanted to drain it of the grease and mix it in. Seems like a lot of seasoning, but keep in mind, this is not a bunch of salt. There's no sugar. It's things that are fine for you. Let's give food some flavor, huh? And I also add refried beans to this meat mixture, and since I do that, the refried beans take up some of that seasoning too. So if you're not going to add refried beans, or you just don't think you like a lot of seasoning, go ahead and try less, but just season your food. That paprika and garlic and cumin and coriander, it's all good stuff and it's all good for you, so season it up. So as you can see, I have a good amount of spices in here. It's pretty much done cooking, and now I'm going to add the refried beans. For every pound of meat that we do, whether you're doing turkey or beef, we do 1 regular size can of refried beans, which I think is like a 15-ounce can. So that means with my 4 pounds of meat here, I'm about to do 4 cans. As you can see, that's a lot of beans. But this is how we stretch our food. This is how I make it to where everybody can just eat tacos for a few days and I don't have to cook again. That's how we roll. So I'll get these beans mixed in, and then we'll move to frying up these tacos with all the good little toppings that we use. Alright, so we put a little bit of the meat mixture, and another reason the beans are so good in here is it just holds it together and makes sure that the meat doesn't leave the taco. So again, I just kind of match up the edges, kind of pat down the meat, and then I hold it like this, a little bit open, and cook it on the bottom for about 30 seconds before I lay it down on its side. And that way it will have more space to put all your goodies in there. So I don't know how many after Friday night. My husband will eat 6, my boys will eat 6, so I better get to work. After I hold the shell up for a little bit and let that bottom part sear a little bit, then you just lay it down on one side and let it cook for a little while till it browns, and then you just flip it over when it starts to get brown and cook the other side. It's pretty much that simple. And when you pull them out, put them on a plate with paper towels so they drain the coconut oil a little bit, so you don't want too much of that in your taco. And here they are, tacos golden brown and ready for their fixins.
All right, this is the way that our family likes to top our tacos. We've got the corn salsa that I've made previously, sour cream, cheese, tomatoes. We like to use cabbage instead of lettuce. It's crunchier and it has more nutrients. Radish, lime. Tegan might grab a jalapeno. We're not big jalapeno people, like raw, so I only have to cut up a few of those. Cilantro, and then Trader Joe's Green Dragon hot sauce. If you haven't tried that, you need to get it. But this is the way we roll around here with our tacos. Okay, so I think I'm done. And I've got all my fixings in my tacos like I like it. And I guess we'll try it. Make sure I still got the goods when it comes to cooking tacos. Super good. They're good without the corn salsa, but that's a huge component right now. Man, I forgot to squeeze the lime over. What happened to me? Anyway, man, I would love it if you guys try my recipe. The tacos are delicious. Cooked in coconut oil. So much better for you. And what's neat about the coconut oil too is it like gives it a good crisp, but coconut oil doesn't seep into your food like the canola or vegetables, so it doesn't feel greasy and it's like a clean crunch. So I think it's smart. So I guess I'll wait to hear from all of my family who are professional taco makers, tell me maybe what I did wrong. But until then, that's how I roll. That's how we do them in the Burger House. And so I hope you try it. Thanks for watching Scrambling in the Kitchen. Until next time.